I am Weston. I love talking about the Astros and why? Okay, so we lost again. We got shut out this time. Okay, so I don't know why this keeps happening. I don't know what the problem is. We lost. We scored 0 runs today. Abraham Toro getting a single in the 3rd inning, I believe, was the only reason we weren't perfect gamed. He is the only Astro to reach base in the past, 15 or so innings. I think it was the last 14 innings was the number I saw today. Him and Altuve. Abraham Toro has been the bulk of our offense for the last little bit. Plain and simple, the Astros did not show up to the series. And before you say, but Weston, what about the 7-1 game win in the first game of the series? Okay, you won the first game. Congratulations. After that, you scored 1 run. And I noticed a bit of a pattern here, right? Last 5 losses were 1 run scored, shutout, 1 run scored, shutout. In the last 5 that we've lost. That's horrific. That's awful. That is completely just laying down for your opponent. There's no other way to put it. That is just more or less ineptitude for the last little bit for the Astros. And granted, the saving grace, right? The saving grace of that is it's been against good teams. It's been against the A's, who are certainly looking to compete for the division, but at the very least going to get a wild card. The Yankees, who are going to fight for a wild card, and the White Sox, who might be the number 1 seed in the American League, right? So at least it's good teams that we're losing against. There's not like these bottom dwellers or bottom feeders that we've getting embarrassed by. Granted, that did happen just before the Yankee series, or right before the Yankee, Oakland, and Cleveland series, because that was the Baltimore series, where in the last 2 you scored 3 and 2 runs respectively in the last 2 losses. But you got swept by Baltimore in your hometown. People don't forget. And maybe it's irrelevant for me to be talking about this kind of stuff, but there's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing to talk about with the game. There's no offense to speak of. We had 1 base runner. We had 13 strikeouts. Altuve, Alvarez, Yuli, Straw, and Correa, and Maldonado all had multi-strike. Why do I look at numbers? They only make me sad. The pitching was not good. Stanek was fine. Blake Taylor was fine. Framber Valdez at least tried. He showed up. 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, and 2 walks with 4 strikeouts. What else is there? There was a funny double play by Maldonado where he caught the White Sox completely forgetting what sport they're playing at third base. So that was funny, but that wasn't a crazy good, how did he get a glove on that double play? It wasn't a spectacular, it was impressive because he was smart about it, but it wasn't impressive in the sense of oh, it's a great diving catch or anything. I'm not trying to undercut Maldonado. It was fine. It was good. It's what is there to talk about? There's nothing to talk about, really. This was bad. The offense didn't show up. The pitching staff, granted Framber wasn't great or anything, but overall, 4 runs, you could win that. That's not impossible. That's a winnable game. And they just kind of didn't. It's just, it's a bummer. It's not great. We're gonna move on. This is a bad series. We've had 2 pretty rough series with an occasional good game sprinkled without. That was the Yankee series. That was this series. We're okay. I was a little bit negative yesterday. I'm a little bit negative right now. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I said it after like the first 20 games of the season. I'm not worried. I'm not. Right? Bregman's out. He'll come back. That'll help. A few of our guys are just in a little bit of a slump right now. Right? Altuve's been roughed a little bit. Correa's been rough a little bit. Jordan's been downright bad for a little bit of time. It's a slump. It's a little slump. It's the dog days of summer. It's going to get better. And because the Astros don't make any sense, we're probably going to go win like 9 games in a row. Plus, the next little bit is, it's easy, right? The next little bit, it's the Indians, which granted that's not a super easy series, but then it's the Rangers and the Mariners. So those are 9 games that you can go out and win. So, we're gonna do good. I will make this proclamation. We have, to finish this month, 3 against Cleveland, 3 against the Rangers, 3 against the Mariners, and 2 to cap the month against the Giants, but then 1 will go into August. I don't think of those games, I think we're going to have at most 3 losses. I'm going to be really positive about it. I think at most, it'll be a 8-3 stretch to end the month. Maybe better. Maybe 9-2. I'm going to say that. Be really positive about it. Because I know we're going to get better. It's just a little slump. And to be fair, it's good pitchers that have been doing this to us. Like, Lucas Giolito is great. Having a bit of a rough season this year, but he's a really good pitcher. Chris Rodon. That's not right. That's not Chris Rodon. Or is it? Carlos Rodon. There it is. I don't know why I said Chris. Carlos Rodon, probably going to win the Cy Young. At least in the conversation for it right now. You know, Lucas Giolito, great pitcher. Garrett Cole, great pitcher. Like, you're not losing to, schmucks. You're losing to good players. And in the Yankee series, the second game where we lost 4-0, that was Cortez, who's been doing pretty darn good this season. So, you're going to get better, right? It's not schmucks that are doing this to us. It's good players. So that's a saving grace. We're going to do good. We're going to finish this on a high note. We're going to finish the month on a high note. Because I felt bad about being negative yesterday and starting this video a little grumpy. So, everyone it's going to get better. We're going to be fine. This is still a top team in the American League. And they're just having a little bit of a bump right now. But when the Astros slump, they do it better than everyone. But we're going to come out of it. So, that's all I have. We play tomorrow, Indians, at 8:10. We're going to send Greinke to the mound. And they're going to send Machado to the mound. Ooh. And he has a 7.42 ERA, whereas Greinke has a 3.59. So, that's a good way to get back on track. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Astros.